Hey guys, Basidio here. I got an NU battle for you today against Niyama. I don't know who he is, I just found him off the search ladder. Um, I brought a stall team today. I prefer stall and NU, it's very solid. So I got a Licky, who's my Wish, Heal Bell, Passes Wish, Heal Bell, Dragon Tail, and Protect. So just common Phaser and Cleric. My Golurk, who sets up my rocks for me. Split max attack, but split HP and defense. Shadow Punch, Ice Punch, Earthquake, and Stealth Rocks. Got my Rapid Spinner, War Turtle, with Haze to deal with stat boosters, which all stall teams struggle with. Scald, Rapid Spin, and Yawn to force switches with all my entry hazards. My Garbodor, who has Aftermath and Rocky Helmet to rack up damage on physical attackers. Also a physical wall with max defense and HP EVs. Toxic Spikes and Spikes. A lot of times you won't see Toxic Spikes in NU just because there's such a prevalence of poison Pokemon who can absorb them. But if I'm able to kill them, or if they aren't running any poison types on their team, which this team isn't, Toxic Spikes can make or break. It's great for stall, and it can really make or break the game. He also has Gunk Shot and Clear Smog. Gunk Shot has a solid chance at poisoning, and Clear Smog is another way to deal with stat boosters. Got my Tropius here. Citrus Berry Harvest, a Subseeder, Substitute Leech Seed, Air Slash to deal with grass types who can't get Leech Seeded, and Protect. Subseed Tropius is one of my favorite Pokemon in RU. For those of you who don't know what Harvest does, anytime you use a pinch item such as a berry, such as Citrus Berry, you have a 50% chance of getting that item back. So Citrus Berry heals you for 25% of your health once you are below 50% health. So I can potentially just keep getting Citrus Berries back and just keep stalling them out. And also it eases getting the first sub up because he's very slow. He'll usually take a hit, but as long as it doesn't one-hit KO, as long as it doesn't OHKO, I get the Citrus Berry first and then sub, so I'll always have enough for the sub. And then Electros, who's my stall breaker, really beats any stall team. Coil, Rest, Sleep Talk, Dragon Tail. He's also a phaser and a status absorber for my team. He brings a pretty balanced team. I see a Rapid Spinner, War Turtle, probably the same set as me. Butterfree, I'm guessing Sleep Powder, Tinted Lenses with Bug Buzz, Air Slash, and Quiver Dance. And an Ursaring, guessing Guts or Quick Feet, Abuser. Probably Toxic Orb with Close Combat, Crunch, Facade, stuff like that. Kangaskhan, I'm guessing a Scrappy Fake Out lead. Could be a Sub-Focus Punch. Exeggutor, I'm guessing it's a Sub-Seed set, much like Tropius, because Exeggutor also gets Harvest, but it could be a Spec set or something. And then I see a Shedinja, which is pretty good for me, because as long as I can get any hazard up and block the Rapid Spin until War Turtle dies, I start off 6-5. So let's get into it. I've been talking for about 4 minutes. I'm sorry about that. So he leads off with his Kangaskhan. I expected that and go into my Garbodor since Golurk isn't immune to the Fake Out because of Scrappy. He goes for the Fake Out, gets Life Orb recoil and Rocky Helmet recoil. Rocky Helmet damage, so he actually does more to himself than he does to me. Now he goes for an Earthquake while I go for a Toxic Spike. I can't live another Earthquake. I can't live any attack from him at that point. So I switch out to my Fruit Fly, Tropius, who's a physical wall, and he gets a crit. So he does 90%. I do get Citrus Berry heal, so I'm at 35. I go for a Protect. He goes for a Sucker Punch. I don't know why, but I was going for the Protect just to try to get another Citrus Berry and heal another 25% of my life. Doesn't work. So I go into Poly Detail. Poly Dragon Tail. He goes for a Return. It would have been a 3-hit KO. So he switches out. I go for a Wish. And now I decide to switch out and predict a Swords Dance, and he does go for the Swords Dance. I get the prediction right. It was a really dangerous move, because if he went for a Facade, it would have killed my Tropius. But it works out. I go for a Protect. Goes for the Facade. just to do a little bit of poison damage, and I get the harvest on my citrus berry. So I switch out to Snooky, who's my Garbodor, named her Snooky. He kills it with a crunch, but he gets rock, helmet damage, aftermath damage, and poison damage. So now I'm gonna go for a protect and kill him off. So even though Snooky only got one layer of toxic spikes up, she saved me from a sweep. Yeah. So now he goes into his Butterfree, and I'm predicting a sleep pattern, so I think, what don't I need against his team? I don't see any hazards users, so I switch into my Wartortle to take the sleep. Now I switch out to Golurk. He goes for the Quiver Dance, so he is a Quiver Dance tinted lenses set, probably. He goes for a Bug Buzz and gets a crit. Even though it didn't kill me, it did matter. You'll see later in the match. I go for an Ice Punch and OHKO it. So now he goes into his Wartortle. Outspeeds me, goes for a Scald, and gets the burn. So my Earthquake doesn't do as much as I was hoping it would. And he kills me that turn, so I can't Toxic Stall him a little bit more to prevent Rapid Spin. So I'm like, oh my god. So the crit plus the burn really hurt. He goes for a Rapid Spin now. I go for a sub. And I figure he probably isn't running Ice Beam since most Wartortles and you don't. Goes for a Scald. Go for a Leech Seed, and I miss. So the hacks are just adding up at this point. It's getting a little mad. Goes for another Scald. Go for another Leech Seed. This one hits. Still didn't break my sub. So now I figure he's gonna die next turn. I want to be able to protect next turn, depending on what switch is in. If it's Kangaskhan, I'll want to protect for the Fake Out. So I just go for a sub, thinking a third Scald will break my sub, but he goes for the Aqua Jet and doesn't break it. And he dies from Leech Seed and poison damage. Switches in Exeggutor and goes for a sub. I go for an Air Slash, and now he goes for a Psychic, breaks my sub, and I go for another Air Slash, and now I get a crit. Which did matter. It wouldn't have OHKO'd without the crit. So I get a little bit of makeup hacks. I haven't gotten as much as him, but I'll take it. Switches in his Shedinja and goes for an X-Scissor. I just go for a Leech Seed over an Air Slash because I'm guessing it's running Focus Sash, so I'd rather just kill it in one turn. And now he goes into his last Pokemon, Kangaskhan. I protect for the Fake Out. Goes for a Sucker Punch. He says he misclicked, which sucks, but it wouldn't have mattered. I would have been able to live return anyway and get the Citrus Berry. So now I go for a Leech Seed. I went for the Leech Seed, went for a Protect, and now I'm just going to alternate between Protect and Substitute to stall him out. And that happens. So, good game, Niyama. I think it's Niyama. Good game. Thanks for watching. I corrected some of the problems I thought I had in my last video. I only recorded the battle this time, so it would be clearer instead of the entire screen. So yeah, I'm gonna try to be posting at least one battle every day. I hope you liked it. If you do, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know how I can improve commentation-wise. I am new at this. So thanks again. Bye.